Alrighty. Notice I say that already a lot. You stop saying that. Where's my pull this up, pull that Discord up. Because all day I'm finishing up work today. I've been sucking all day. Yeah, she's fine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. If you guys are just coming in here. Oh my goodness, what a weekend, man. Wow. I think the last time I posted was Friday. I think. It's been almost, I think it's been 2 days, I think. um, but I am back on the scale of things. Good to be back. This is, okay. It's interesting. Um, but I want to make this stream, um, to talk to you all, today and, talk about everything that's been happening this weekend on Twitter, everything that's been happening this week on, um, basically all the social media platforms that has been going around, and then talk about where have I been, and why there was no videos this weekend. We'll talk about all that in just a second as well. So, what happened with me? We're good on messages. Yes, I just took a weekend off to me and just focused on myself and thought about some things. I had some rocky behind the scenes stuff going on, and I felt that stuff was falling apart. Um, so in my personal life, so I just took the weekend off and focused on other stuff. While I was, in break, I was working on shows, and I never fully take off. Yeah, that's just one thing about me. If I'm not posting, I'm doing something. I need to something I gotta do for YouTube. It's something. Um, but while I was gone, this speaking out thing happened. Everybody was going crazy about this, and I'm talking about that. I'm gonna talk about the last ride, um, and everything that happened with that. All right. I just got some school respect I was looking at while I was muted. Um, but as I was saying, speaking out and Last Ride, we'll talk about that today. And everything that's been going around on Twitter. So, first off, with speaking out. So, um, I've watched a couple videos on this, and I have formed my own opinion about this. Um, I wouldn't say know people that have, but some people have had similar experiences to some of these people that are speaking out. I know some personally, and here's my take on it. I'm glad they're speaking out. I just hope it's not lies, because I've watched videos of people say that females falsely accuse them of things that they didn't do, and it turns out to be lies. And there was no claims of the claim was lie, and it just did it to hurt their character. Um, if you do that, um, then you should get consequences as well. But if you're speaking out and these people did what they had to do, um, that is a good thing to do, to speak out on that. Um, for what I will say on the opinion and things about speaking out and all that stuff like that, I'm glad that you're coming out to light and you're speaking out about these issues because they need to be talked about, you know. But there's an avenue that goes too far. Like if somebody makes a joke from 2, 3, 4 years ago and they publicly apologize for it, but cancel culture wants them to still get canceled, I think that is a little bit of a bull crap. In my honest opinion, it's bull crap. You shouldn't cancel anybody just because you feel like it, you know, or because they did something wrong in the end. Um, but that's just how cancel culture is, and that's just how everything goes along with it, you know. Because I just seen what happened with Sammy Guevara, and he made a joke for 4 years ago. It was in 2016, you know, before he was employed by AEW, before AEW was a thing. He made this little joke about Sasha Banks, where he was at a WWE tryout, you know, because you know he was going to be WWE, or you know he was trying to get into WWE when he made this joke at the time. And I said, "Nah, Sammy, you shouldn't have made that." And here was my opinion on it. If Sammy would have just apologized, um, it would have been so much easier if he would have just apologized for what he did. And he did do that. Where I think they took it too far is being suspended without pay. Maybe like I would have done this. This is just me. I would have just had him be, I don't know, taken off of television for a few weeks, you know. But suspending him without pay and further investigating it, I don't think that's the wrong move to make. Sasha Banks has already stated that she already talked to Sammy Guevara and he apologized and she accepted his apology. You should have left it at that. Guevara apologized. Why would you try to ruin this guy's career? Banks is not ruining his career. You know what I'm saying? So, um, why would you try to ruin this guy for some um, unimprovisable reason? You just ruined him. So I took that as an a suitable offense that, I mean, come on, man. You want to cancel the guy. You don't want the guy to come on because, he's winning or something like that. Like, going that far with it, it's just ridiculous. I feel Sammy Guevara should not have been suspended. That's just me. He apologized. Sasha Banks decided the apology. I moved on from it. I have got nothing, no bad ill will to Sammy Guevara. He did what he had to do, and that's it. You know. As for the other cases, I'm gonna say with how just Alex, aka shout out to him, or aka the Lexman, from how I know him, before he changed his name. Yeah, I was there since 2000, and I believe I was a Just Alex fan since the Royal Rumble of 2015. That's when I subscribed to some of the WWE YouTubers I am subscribed to today, because I was really big on YouTube around that time, and I was wanting to see how people took the um, Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble thing. So Alex spoke on it the perfect way. How I'm going to tell you my thoughts on speaking out, real quick. Not going to take that long on it because I want to talk about the last ride, and I want to talk about the Undertaker. Y'all know, if you don't know, I am a massive Undertaker mark. Get it because his name is Mark, but I'm trying to rhyme, but it's not working. If you don't know, I am a big Undertaker fan. So I want to talk about him, mostly about this stream, and talked about the last ride. Is he retired? All that fun stuff. But I want to talk about speaking out and my feelings on it, because I stay silent throughout this entire thing. If you know me on Twitter, I don't like arguing with people about things like this, or pretty much anything on Twitter. If you try to start something with me, I say my piece, and if you keep going, I just hit the mute button and go on about my day. I don't got time for it. I really don't. Just Twitter, just my timeline's just been so weird. The last few weeks, like crazy. But anyways, enough about me and my Twitter. Alex, aka the Lexman, said it perfectly. You know, my thoughts on it. If all majority of these stories are true, or all of them are true, the perpetrator should be thrown in jail. It's just that simple. You should be in jail if these stories are true. Point blank, period. If these stories are true, you should be in jail. Period. If they're not true, I think the people that lied should get a consequence for lying on somebody about, like, speaking out and all that stuff like that. You should get a consequence for that. That's just my honest opinion on everything. That's it. That's all. Exactly how I feel about speaking out and that hashtag. It's good to come out. It's good to say it. It's good not to hide it. As long as everything turns out to be true, and if it is true, they should get the kitchen's curtain, as one of my little sayings was. Um, you know. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly what JPA said. If you falsely accuse somebody, that's a crime in itself. So you should go to jail too. That's my thoughts on speaking out. Good to talk about it, come out. But if it's true, throw them in jail. If it's not true, you should get consequences too. That's it. That's everything I'm going to talk about with speaking out. And I'm saying that's my piece. But welcome everybody to this video. Thank y'all so much for popping in. Finally, some people got in here. I want to get my piece on that comment about cops, but I don't think this channel's the right channel for that. Ooh, that's a conversation for the show. We'll talk about it. if you want to know my take on George Floyd and promotion and the other things, we have a whole channel for that. It's called Deshaun Train Productions. Go swing over to that channel. I have my thoughts on the riots and protests of 2020. That video was posted about a week or two ago. If you want to know my thoughts on all of that, I talk about it on there. I don't want to talk about it here because this is a mostly wrestling and gaming oriented channel, and I don't. That's too much politics. I don't want to talk about that. But thank y'all so much for popping in here. I'm about to talk about the last ride in just a second. I no, I don't want to talk about that. I I do not want to talk about that right now. Um, I don't want to talk about cops in general right now because that's a sticky situation. And I don't want to offend nobody. I don't got time to be arguing about that. Yes, please, please take it over to that channel if you want. If you want, I'm gonna send a link to it. What part of I don't want to talk about it don't you understand? I don't want to talk about it. Oh my god, it seems that some people don't listen when you say stuff. Like seriously, common sense says if I don't want to talk about it, why would you keep telling me things that I don't want to talk about? You see the title of what I'm talking about. Oh my god, dildo. What kind of name is that? Anyways, thank y'all for watching. So good to be back after my little break. His insult. That's a terrible insult. You know that? That's a terrible insult. Well, what a guy. Um, but after my little break, don't worry, more content's coming soon. I had to take my little 2 day break, work on some personal life things. Um, but yeah, I got some good news. I'll be working during the school year. So excited! I'm gonna be doing the internship and do the school year. That's gonna be awesome. Um, but uh, I just been working on content for you all, specifically the Amazing Takeover Las Vegas and WrestleMania Las Vegas during my little hiatus. And I watched the last ride. I seen all the speaking out crap. That's why I just want to talk about all that today. Speaking of Mr. Undertaker, let's get into that conversation right now. Is the Undertaker retired? I seen the last ride episode, chapter 4, chapter 5. I seen both of them, and from what I got from the dead man, I think he's done. I think he's done. I'm gonna tell you why he's done. AJ Styles, I mean, he's the perfect guy to retire The Undertaker and have him have his last match. You know what I'm saying? You know, this quote right here pretty much sums it up all. He has no desire to get back into the ring. He feels like he has nothing to prove. Year in and year out, The Undertaker came back because he had a bad match and he had to redeem himself. Then he felt like he can do a few more matches. So he had a few decent to good matches. Then he has another bad match. So then he has to redeem that. It was an endless cycle over and over and over again, specifically since 2015. You know. So that is why he kept coming back over and over and over again. He finally realized that it's time to hang him up. It's time for this to be over. And I'm glad that he finally realized it. As a big Undertaker fan for the last 13 years, yes, I'm old. Um, I'm old. It was a good sight to see him leave and pretty much call a quits on everything. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he went through. I understand what he did. You know, and I understand why he kept going. Because I'm listening and watching this documentary, you know, and we got into debates in Discord over this about, is the Undertaker overrated? Is the Undertaker not the greatest of all time? And most people say that he's overrated, which I don't understand why, but I mean, hey, you know, not my place. It's their opinion. But, you know, what I learned is ever since 2015, he kept coming back because he kept having bad matches and he kept having matches that he didn't say was a good one to retire on, even though I think probably CM Punk was the last one to retire on that was good, but that's just me. And it was just an endless cycle. So when I seen the last two chapters and I seen, you know, that Undertaker said that he was done after the Extreme Rules match, which would have been a weird match to retire on. Thinking about it, that would have been a weird match to retire on. Even though, because it was good, but I didn't like I didn't feel like that was a good match to retire on. And how the only reason why he came back was because of AJ Styles. So this is why I feel he's done. This is why I think the Undertaker's done, because what person can bring him back to go inside the ring again? Unless it's something like, because we're not getting. I hope we don't get into more Triple H matches. I don't want any more Triple H matches. You know, who else can entice him to get back in the ring? Who else? I think that this is it for real. He's content on his career. Finally. You know what I'm saying? You know, just let it go. I mean, let it go. Let this. You got nothing else to prove, man. We praised everything that you did with the Boneyard. We praised all of that. Call it a quits. You know? I don't know why, and that's what I'm going to get into. Because some people say that he's going to come back to fight AJ one more time in front of a crowd. I disagree. I don't see that happening. Because I think AJ Styles going to be fighting around the Intercontinental Championship scene for a good while the next few months. That's just my opinion. But okay, Undertaker and Aleister Black, that would be fun. The only match that I want to see from Undertaker, pretty much, you know, if he comes back, I want a proper 10 to 15-minute match with John Cena. Yeah, that's it. Career versus career. I mean, that's the only thing I would see. You know, give me a proper 10 to 15-minute match between those two that we didn't get in New Orleans in 2018. That's the only match I want to see. Aleister Black would be fun, yeah, but will Aleister Black be a big enough star to bring Undertaker back into the ring? If booked right, yeah. Fiend, only way I want to see it is a fun house. Has to be a fun house. You know. Um Finn Balor, he won't work. He's not the Demon anymore. He's the Prince. I don't want to see Prince Balor versus the Dead Man. No, nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that. If he was still Demon King, yes, I'll be dying for that match. That'll be great. But no, he's Prince Balor, so that's not going to happen. Who else? Who else besides those four men? You know, three or four men I just named. Who else would Undertaker come back for a match for? I think that's it. I think that is it. He don't, you know, he don't need to come back. That should be it. You know, this is just my opinion. He's finished. And one thing that really, really got me to know that he's finished, because nobody brought this up, was when they talked about his brother and what happened with his brother and how much that affected him. Then they talked about Kobe Bryant, and he talked about how much Kobe Bryant's death affected him, and how he wants to spend the his rest of as long as he can with his family, and I really think he means that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Remember, this was chapter 5. He talked about Kobe Bryant. I heard what he said. I watched the chapter like 2 or 3 times. You know, and then his brother. That one, when they talked about him and he was getting emotional about that, I said, yeah, he ain't coming back. He not coming back. No, I just don't see it. I would be shocked if I see Undertaker in a WWE ring again. Not wrestling. I won't. I'm not gonna say he gonna make appearances because he has a 15-year contract. He will come back and make appearances. Might be going to the Hall of Fame. Um, you know, make one-time appearances and stuff like that. Maybe he might manage somebody. But I do know he said that he's gonna be training people in NXT. He said he's gonna make some backstage appearances and talk to the guys on the main roster and stuff like that on Raw and SmackDown. Might make a couple Raws and SmackDowns pay-per-views from time to time. But he said that he has no desire to get back in the ring, and I believe him this time. I believe him because look at this. Why he didn't retire after WrestleMania 33? Because his last match was terrible. That's why he didn't retire. He could barely walk. He could barely move. That's why he came back in 2018 at the next WrestleMania. That's why. You know, why wasn't Goldberg his last match? It's still the same. It's the same theme. Goldberg and Taker had a bad match. The match was trash. It was horrible. That's why he came back at Extreme Rules. You know, look at the cycle that is going on. And look at what's happening. I'm 100% sure he's not. You know, Goldberg almost broke his neck. He left on his terms, you know, and then he got the matchup that he that he wanted. He said he always wanted to fight AJ Styles. And he got the match that he wanted with AJ Styles. You know, that was the only match I wanted to see. I didn't think I always wanted to see Undertaker and AJ Styles most perfectly because of the fanboy in me. You know, because I'm an AJ Styles and Taker fanboy. That is the truth. So, you know, it was a dream come true. I was smiling. Y'all should have seen my face when I was watching the match. Oh my God, I was smiling, smiling, smiling down, man, when I seen those two fight. And when I seen the feud, I was smiling. I literally had a smile on my face the entire feud because I'm a fanboy of them. I'm a Mark. Yeah, I'm a Mark. I'm a fanboy of both of them. Fanboy, Mark, whatever you want to call me. You know, Styles is the reason I watched TNA. Taker was the reason I watched WWE. When AJ Styles left TNA, I didn't watch TNA. When he left TNA, I didn't watch TNA until about 2 weeks ago. That was the first time I turned on TNA again was 2 weeks ago. Because when Styles left, I didn't watch TNA ever until 2 weeks ago. So then Taker, I was always WWE after he sold me on the Edge match. Him and Edge and at WrestleMania 24 sold me to become a professional wrestling fan. I've told this story many a times. WrestleMania 24 was the first WrestleMania I ever watched. Undertaker was the first superstar I became a fan of, and I've been watching ever since for the last 13 years. So, the mark in me and the fanboy in me wanted that match. I got my match. He did everything he wanted. I wanted to see. He did everything he wanted to do. It's time for him to go. You know, will WrestleMania be the same? No. It was WrestleMania felt off last year. At WrestleMania 35, it felt off not seeing The Undertaker on the card. That was the first WrestleMania he missed in over a decade. Was last year. Because he don't miss WrestleManias like that. He competed at every single WrestleMania of my lifetime up until last year. You know, I made the joke. This was a funny joke. I said that the Undertaker was going to wrestle until I graduate high school. I said this back in 6th grade. I said this. If he wrestles in 2021, he would have wrestled all 18 years of my school life. Because I made the joke to Taker. Oh, Taker's not going to. He's not going to retire until I graduate high school. He was close. He was close. He was close. I made this joke in 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? He was 1 year away from doing it. If he had one more match in him, and he wrestled one time, because here's the thing, Taker has the rules was Undertaker had to wrestle every year I was in school, up until I graduated, and he was and the rules was he had to wrestle at least once a year, and if you go back to my 6th grade year, that's about like 2015, right? He wrestled 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. So if he wrestles one time in 2019 and 2021, if he wrestles one time, then he will make the deal, because I would have been graduated at that point. But unfortunately, he's going to retire. So yeah. So unfortunately, he won't make the deal. He won't make it. That's crazy. I'm sad. I'm sad he won't make it, but I'm kind of glad at the same time, because it was time for him to go. It was time for him to go. You know? And here's a crazy stat. Taker started wrestling in 1990 for WWE. My oldest sister, she's 10 years older than me. She's going to be 27 in August. And she was born in 1993. So Undertaker has been wrestling almost her entire life. He's been wrestling my entire life. He's been wrestling my younger sister entire life. You know, if he doesn't wrestle at all next year, it will be the first year in all three of our lifetimes that he does not wrestle. That's a crazy stat for you. I got many more too. You know, you know, my father was in high school whenever he was wrestling, and he's in his 40s now. You know, there's many things. You know, tell how long this guy's been wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So that's just some crazy things and crazy stories that I had about Taker. So overall, The Last Ride was the best documentary I've ever seen in anything. You know, The Last Ride, in my opinion, was better than The Last Dance for the NBA. The Michael Jordan documentary was well done. I love that documentary too. I'm gonna talk about The Last Dance on Deshaun, and I'll talk about it and review that. But I loved the Last Dance, and second best documentary I've ever seen. But the best documentary I've ever seen, because I'm a wrestling junkie, is The Last Ride. It was better than the WWE versus WCW documentary, better than the ECW documentary. It's the best documentary that WWE has ever made. Ever made. Since they started doing documentaries. This is the best one I've ever seen. You know, it's probably gonna be go down at some of the best content I've seen. You know, in 2020, besides the Edge Return, which Edge Return got me. That 24 was the best 24 I've ever seen. Was Edge's Return. It was so good. But that Edge's Return and The Last Ride will probably be the best thing the WWE Network has all year, from what I've seen. It was that good. It was that good. Ruthless Aggression. I gotta say, yeah, the Ruthless Aggression is good. I love that documentary. Um, that's a fun one too. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll talk. I'll review the Becky Lynch documentary. We'll talk about it and we'll review it. We're gonna see if that one's gonna hold up too. But yeah, The Last Ride. Well done. Well done, man. And I'm looking forward to see, you know, where WWE is gonna go now. And what's next for the Undertaker, man. I want to hopefully I hope Taker starts his own podcast. That would be great for him to start his own podcast and he reviews wrestling content and stuff like that. That would be really cool to see too. Um, but yeah, Picky. We talked about this already. The Undertaker is not overrated. He is underappreciated because of his loyalty. Kane is not underrated. Kane is he has a good legacy. Kane is, Kane. Charlotte is underappreciated. No, she's not. Not in Vince McMahon's eyes. Vince McMahon thinks Charlotte is God. I don't know why, but he thinks that Charlotte Flair is the best women ever when she is clearly not even the best today. I can name people on at least 2 or 3 hands that are better than Charlotte Flair today. Yes. A lot of people think that the Undertaker is overrated, and they think that he's not good in the ring. I don't know why people will say that he's not good in the ring and he's overrated. I don't understand how is he overrated and not good in the ring. The dude had a streak that we will never ever see, especially in this day and age. We will never see a streak like that ever at WrestleMania. Ever. How is that overrated? How is the Undertaker overrated? I really want somebody to answer this question to me. How is the Undertaker overrated? He's not overrated. Everything that you say about him is the right things to say. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, where he deserves to be. You can make a case and argument WWE doesn't beat WCW without The Undertaker. I believe that. And The Rock and Stone Cold too. But they don't beat WCW without The Undertaker, Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those 3. They were the ones that put WWE or WWF over the edge. No pun intended to that pay-per-view, Over the Edge, but you get the picture. How is he overrated? I never understood that you would say The Undertaker is overrated. I can see why you say Kane's overrated. But, I mean, Undertaker? Come on, man. Come on. You can't convince me that The Undertaker is overrated. He's not overrated. At all. At all. The guy has had a great career. And he deserves to ride off into the sunset. and we will see if the retirement rumors are true. Is he truly done? We will see, because Saudi's coming up, and Vince loves to call legends for Saudi. I really want to see if Undertaker's done, that he don't get that phone call from Vince McMahon, or if he gets it, he actually turns it down and says no, I'm not going back in the ring. We're gonna see with the next Saudi show. We're gonna see with the next WrestleMania. He has skipped WrestleMania before. It was hard on him, as we seen in this documentary. He really felt that he should have been there. He really felt that one, but he wasn't there. So we're gonna see if he really stays true to his word, especially in 2021, next year, especially for that WrestleMania, especially for that Saudi show. If he skips both of those, then we're gonna really say that he's done, and he's not coming back for nothing. But they keep saying never say never, because especially wrestlers, they can say they're retired 1 minute and come back 10 years later, like Shawn Michaels did. He came back, he retired and came back for that Saudi match. So you can say you're retired, but you can still come back. So you never know. You never know with these wrestlers and their retirements and stuff like that. But yeah, that is my thoughts on the last ride and the several, to say, I'm gonna say retired for now. The retirement of the Undertaker. He's done. Finally, he's done. And that's my thoughts on speaking out. I was thinking about taking me a Twitter break and only DMing the people I need to DM, because of the crazy things that are going on Twitter, man. Twitter is crazy, especially the last couple of days. Especially wrestling Twitter. And I was thinking about just taking me a break. I took a break from from Facebook. I had a Facebook, so I took a break from that, and I muted Twitter for a while today, and I had to do it because there was just so much craziness going on, But I feel that these speaking out claims are not done. There will be more wrestlers that come out. There will be more accusations that come out, and I'm gonna just tell y'all now, be prepared, because I don't think it's over at all. I feel that these claims are going to continue to happen, and I don't feel that that they're going to end. So that is my thoughts on everything. Any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys can leave them in the chat right now. Any questions for me? Any comments that you guys want to give your thoughts on anything? Any specific you want me to talk about, besides anything non-political, but wrestling related, you guys can tell me now. But yeah. If you didn't know, I did take a break from YouTube. Yes, I did. During the weekend, I didn't post. I don't think, did I post Friday? I don't even remember if I posted Friday or not. I don't think I did. I think I did. I don't know if I. Well, I think I didn't post for 2 or 3 days. So yeah, I just needed a mental break, because a lot of things happen behind the scenes that I just need mentally to take a break, take it all in, and I just disappeared from the internet or YouTube for a while. But I am back, well rested, well renewed, and ready to get back to work. That's exactly what we're going to be doing this week. So stay lookout. Content is coming real soon. But yeah. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing else for you all. Timetable, you will be getting a video almost every day this week. I will be posting something, live streamed or topic that comes in my head. I might talk about it, and so look out for impromptu streams. This is impromptu. I didn't know I was going to happen stream today. I just want to talk about this and everything that happened this weekend and stuff like that. Look out for another advice video coming very soon. Look out for more Universe Mode. Stay tuned for Universe Mode War. I think the next show is Judgment Day. So stay tuned for that pay-per-view. Stay tuned for TakeOver Las Vegas. Stay tuned for WrestleMania Las Vegas. Things are in swift motion that we will get WrestleMania out before I head back to school or online school right now, because apparently my state is still in phase 2, and if I stay in phase 2, I don't go back to school. I don't go back to the building. So right now I might be stuck online for school unless we go to phase 3, which we'll find out if we go back. If we go to phase 3 August 1st. So yeah, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, so we are good to go on everything. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and share. I got nothing else. I'm going to take a nap and just rest my nerves before I got to go to work tomorrow. So yeah, remember to be glorious at everything you do, and be phenomenal or be forgotten. And I will see you guys in my next live stream / video. I think NXT will be ready for tomorrow. Yay, excited. So NXT tomorrow for Universe Mode. So stay tuned for that. And I got nothing else. If I do have something else, I'll make a video on it and upload it. But yeah. See y'all in the next video. I'm out of here.